Hello everyone, my name is Oge and you are welcome to this channel. I'm so glad to be in our midst today. And today I have a very wonderful topic for each and every one of us. And I would like us to talk about solutions to our problems. We have so many problems facing us as human beings. Some are natural and some are not natural. And the same way we equally have solutions to our problems. There are problems that you will have that requires a natural solution. There is no two ways about it. Everything is not all about prayer or performing spiritual works. There are problems that you will have and it requires a natural solution. Problems like the normal sickness. You just fell sick. Maybe for a very long time you haven't been sick and your body is now weak and can't carry you any longer. When the body gets weak, we fall sick. Now, when you are in this situation, what you need is medical attention. You need to go to the hospital, and then the doctors will run some tests and examine you properly to diagnose what that problem is so that they will know how to treat you. And when they are treating you, whatever drug that they prescribe, you need to take your drugs. They know better more than anybody else when it comes to that field. You take your drugs. But the problem is that so many people see their problems as spiritual problem. Not every problem is a spiritual problem. Not every sickness is a spiritual sickness. We have sicknesses, general sickness, normal sickness that anybody can, attract. All you need to do is to go to hospital, meet the appropriate doctor who is in charge of that, who can take proper care of you when it comes to that. And then you receive the adequate treatment that you need to receive. And you will get back to normal. Life keeps on going. But then when we talk about sicknesses or problems that are not natural, you don't treat such sickness by going to the hospital. But first of all, I always advise people whenever you are sick or you feel that your body is not functioning the way that it's supposed to function, my advice first of all is to go to hospital. Let the doctors run a test on you to find out what that problem is. But in the course of treating you and for a very long time, they're still treating you and there is no positive result out of that treatment, that is when I will advise you to seek for the solution spiritually. Because when it comes to that stage, then you know that what is happening to you is not a normal issue. It now requires a spiritual solution. So this is the reason why I want to teach this topic with us. We have natural occurrences and we have spiritual occurrences masterminded by the evil ones most of the times. Masterminded by the evil ones most of the times. So I want us to look into the spiritual problems and their solutions. Okay, because I know that everybody is quite aware of the natural problems. Natural problems are not all about sicknesses. If you are wherever you are right now, and your problem is that you don't have any money, and you've checked yourself very well, you are not working, you are not into business, you are not doing anything that will give you money, you are bound to remain cashless. You are bound to remain just like that without money, because that money will not fall from heaven for you. You need to work it out. You need to work out for your money. No matter what you are doing, no matter how much you are earning, from that little income that you are earning, if God decides to bless you, he will bless you and make you great and rich. Assuming you don't have any spiritual backup, you don't have any a spiritual problem that masterminded that your inability to have money. So I want us to look into the problems that has to do with spiritual issues, the problems that we are facing that has a spiritual link. Now let's talk about this issue of money, because money is the major problem of so many people. A lot of people do not have money. A lot of people do not have means of income. A lot of people are struggling to make it in life, but they are not succeeding. A lot of people cannot even feed 1 square meal a day, no matter how much they try. Now, if you are this type of person that you have searched for a job for so many years and you are not successful, you have asked for help, financial help, so that you can start up a business, and no one is coming to help you out. When you experience this, not just 1 year, but you keep on experiencing it as years goes by, that is when I will want you to look into your case spiritually. When it comes to such cases, it is not all about someone charming you. Yes, it's not all about someone charming you, swearing that you will never make it in life. Such cases are generally linked up to foundational problems. Now, what is foundational problems? Foundational problems are those problems people inherit from their parents. It is an ancestral cause. It is an ancestral problem. It is a problem that your ancestors incurred for their lineage, and it passes from generation to generation. Now, solving this problem is not by searching for a job. It's not by getting money and going into business. If you have a foundational problem and someone decides to give you a huge amount of money for you to go into business, the moment you venture into that business will just crumble. It will crash, and you will get back to square zero. You get back way below where you started. That is the work of foundational problem. They will never allow you to see the light wherever you are. First of all, they will hinder you from meeting those people that will help you. They will hinder you from that. And even if those people decide to go out of their way to help you financially or anyhow, they will still not allow you to progress from that help. They will still not allow you to succeed from that help. Foundational problem is one of the major causes of the problems that people are having in life. It is a spiritual problem, and it requires a spiritual solution. And in searching for the spiritual solution to foundational problems, I want to tell you that it is not all about going to church every Sunday. No. I am a Christian, and a very strong one at that. But I'm telling you the fact. When you have foundational problems, it is not all about going to church every Sunday. No. Foundational problems requires a very serious spiritual solution. And it's always a difficult one. It is left for you, the one who is experiencing whatever you are experiencing, to decide if you actually want that problem to be solved. So when you are having that foundational problem, it requires a very serious solution. That solution can come from church, but not all about you going to church every Sunday. No. All it needs is that you are going to meet a very powerful man or woman of God, someone who is so spiritual, so powerful, someone who can withstand whatever problem that he or she may encounter from that demonic side. Because whenever people venture into solving that problem, there is always an encounter with the demons, because they don't want that problem to be solved. They want you to remain in perpetual darkness. They want you to keep on suffering. And when you are dead and gone, that problem will be transferred to your children. And your children will start experiencing that which you also experienced. So for you to solve this foundational problem, you will meet a powerful man of God or a powerful woman of God. Someone who has that Holy Spirit in him. Someone whom the Holy Spirit can use to perform that wonders for you. The reason why I am emphasizing on these powerful men of God is that a lot of people claim to be powerful, but they are not. A lot of people claim to be men of God or women of God, but they are not. All they are out there to do is to grab money for themselves. But when you meet all these powerful people, they will not keep money first. Their major aim is to set you free, to set your family free. Because once that freedom comes, money comes. Now, another means of you going into solving your foundational problems is also through the native way, through the traditional way. Mainly, if we can tell ourselves the truth, mainly it is being solved through that traditional way. But the problem is, how do you meet that powerful native doctor? How do you meet that powerful man or woman who can do that for you through the traditional way? Majority of them places money first. It is not their fault. It is not their fault at all. Because most of the items that will be needed in performing that work needs to be bought with money. It is not something anybody can just get from their house. You need to buy some. Then you need to get some. It requires mainly natural items, nothing artificial. And these items are the items you see in the market, the items you even use in your house. But this is not what anybody can do. Even if you have all the items in your house, if you are not called to do that, you can't do it. So you need to get these two kind of peoples. The men of God who preaches in the church, the powerful ones, and the traditional men whose job it is to liberate people. Once you are done solving these your foundational problems, you will see how your life will transform. Things will fall into place the way God created it for you. But so many people shy away from solving this foundational problem. Especially, there are people who must have gone to places and you are told what your problem is, that your problem is a foundational problem. And you are told that the only way to solve it is through the traditional way. But because you are a Christian, you reject it. You insist that it must be solved through the church way. And then you see people who have stayed with your problems for 20, 30, 40 years. You will see grandparents who cannot eat because their children are not succeeding. Those children are not even eating, not to talk of giving to their parents and to their grandparents. This is an intergenerational problem. It needs a very serious solution, a very serious spiritual solution. It is not all about going to church. It is not all about that. If you really want to solve your spiritual problem, you must go through the very right spiritual solution. I know of a kindred, I'm not going to mention their name, of a kindred that once a man gets up to the age of 30, they die. They have parents, they have grannies, but at a certain year, that problem started. Whenever any young man gets to the age of 30, especially those who are successful, you die. But those who are not successful can live. And then there was more of poverty in that land. And then all the young men ran away from their village. But at a point, they decided to go and seek for solution. And then the answer was given to them that a little boy was murdered at the village square years ago. And the boy, the blood kept on crying up to the present year. And the only solution was for all the young men to visit their native doctor, the chief priest of that village, and let the chief priest perform a sacrifice, a ritual to appease the soul of the dead. And after appeasing the soul of the dead, then they now need to complete that ceremony in a church way. And they did as they were told. And today, when you visit that village, you will see beautiful houses. You will see the young men prospering. You will see young men getting married and having families. But this wasn't how it was. Had they decided not to do what they were told to do, there won't be any young man in that village. So the reason why I told this story is for people to wake up. We need to wake up. When you are told your problem and told your solution, I want you to follow that solution the exact way. The only solution which I am rejecting is the solution of using a human blood. There is nothing like using a human blood to solve a problem. You are incurring more problems for yourself. And anyone who is truly working for God, who is truly using nature to solve problems, will never request for a human blood to solve problems. I don't have much time to discuss this. I think we are going to discuss this thing some other time, because there is a lot of problems that people encounter. I just talked about foundational problem right now. And next time I am going to talk about another problem and how to solve it. But remember that all our topics are based on spiritual problems that requires spiritual solution. In case you are joining us for the first time, you are highly welcome. Please, I'd like you to join us fully by subscribing to this channel. Subscribe and click on that notification bell so that you will always be notified whenever I upload any video. And until next time, when we are all going to meet, I will have to leave us here. Have a wonderful day and God bless.